What is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Monday Night Meltdown. Now, it is crazy because we know what happened in the pay-per-view event. There were still 3 matches that were left. So, instead of going back, instead of recreating an episode, those 3 matches, 2 of them will be played out here tonight. 1 of them will be played at a later date. The one with Witcher going for the Universal World title will be played at a different date. But one of those matches is this one right here. Steel cage match. 2 of them on TCW Monday Night Meltdown. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the show, JW. Welcome. Iffy. Man, I'm glad the Bay made it here early because Iffy's getting started super early here tonight. Steel cage match, putting that title belt on the line.
The following is a 2 out of 3 falls match and is for the United States Championship.
What is going on, Prime Time? Welcome to the show. Jesse the Jackhammer. What is happening, my man? Welcome. Miguel Morales. Welcome into the show, brother. Man, there are so many things going on in this show. Like, you are not going to want to miss any of the matches. It could be SSU-related stuff we don't know. It could be TCW-related stuff. It could be stuff related to Outbreak. It could be, of course, Meltdown. We're here on that show. But so many different things going on tonight, and we're not even going to start it off slow. If there's a steel cage match to open up this episode, then you got to know it only gets better and better as we go along. So the very next match, JP will be putting the United States title belt on the line against GC Rock. 2 out of 3 falls count match. So we will see how that goes down. We'll see, too, a slightly different look of Iffy. We've seen this part of it, but just a slightly different look, a little more updated look coming from Iffy, and everybody is going to be getting kind of their looks updated. We have a lot of show logos. We have a lot of wrestling logos that are starting to be developed. If you guys are following us in the Discord, you guys have seen that, and you know it. You know what's going down. You know what's happening. Even throughout the arena, we're updating all the logos using some really cool stuff. What is going on, Jacob? Welcome to the show. Big match tonight, too. You guys are going to get introduced to Kamiko. Her and the Witcher going to be facing off here in the ring. Is it going to be the end-all, be-all? We'll have to wait and see.
From Spokane, Washington, the X-Factor, Heather Boone. And her opponent, from Boston, Massachusetts, the United States Champion, the Phantom, Melissa J.G.
What is going on? Blaze, welcome to the stream, brother. I always get this wrong, like how I set that up. There we go. Now, I think most of you have already done it, but if you haven't, go check out Blaze Radio. Absolutely on another level. But here we go again. This match was supposed to take place in the last pay-per-view. Unable to do it. 3 matches weren't in there. So you're going to see 2 steel cage matches here tonight on Monday Night Meltdown. Kind of an unprecedented thing. but those matches will have the United States women's title belt on the line, and the United States tag team title belts will be on the line. Both 2 out of 3 falls count match. The current champion, Melinda, getting right after the leader of the NWO. What's going on, Triple B? Welcome to the show, brother. Good to have you here. What is happening, Matt Storm? And that's the other thing, waiting to see when Matt Storm is going to cash in that briefcase. Still holding on to it, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes down as well. But you can kind of tell, you look around, brand new logos looking around the arena. Melinda trying to get that first pin, Heather not having it. And remember this too, we talk about it a lot, but Jane and Heather seem to have these finishing moves that if they can hit it, instantly can do it again. And you kind of can see it right there. Melinda probably has that scouted out a little bit. Realizing that, trying to keep a little bit of distance, trying to make sure that she stays in control of the match, in control of the pacing of the match. Yeah, got one of them free memberships, Miguel. And speaking of memberships, we get 2 more members. It will unlock 5 more custom emojis. I got them lined up, so whenever we can get those next 2 members in, we'll get that going. I wonder if we can just do it maybe based on some free ones. We'll have to see. And here we go, Heather trying to hit Melinda G with the H-bomb. 1. And look at the state of that. Melinda's like, nah. But this is what I'm talking about. She hit her with 1. Melinda able to get out of the second one. And Heather kind of laying into Melinda right there. Now, that's going to be a little bit of the difference when you're looking at some of the stuff. A little bit of the difference is going to be Heather's speed. Now, she's one of those about kind of like the size of Phoenix, so she is used to wrestling against bigger wrestlers. Melinda used to putting the Fafo Slam on it. Said if you love it, you got to put a Fafo Slam on it. That's exactly what she did. Heather, though, able to kick out in 2. And Melinda's starting to get the crowd fired up. And you kind of expect to see these women both like trying to use that steel cage a little bit more than they have. Wondering if when we move on, when we start to move forward, will they start doing that as that goes on? Johnny Blaze, congratulations on the gifted membership. The Beast getting one of them gifted memberships. Johnny Toxic. Oh, look at this, Iffy in the Bark Squad. Big shout out to all of our members. And here we go. Heather trying to put it on her again. Will this be the first fall? Hooks the leg. And still only a 1 count. And I'm telling you, that is a devastating finishing move right now. If he taken both of the H-bombs and kick it out in 1. That has really got to mess you up a little bit. And look, Heather right back in on it again. No way she kicks out in 1. Or maybe she does. Like, no way except for that way. Oh! I thought Melinda was going to catch her right and dirty. Melinda was getting back up, but Heather's still able to get it in. And look. Heather doing it again, and you look at the size of Heather. We have never seen this happen in the history of this game. Melinda has taken 4 finishers and just said, no, nom, nom, nom. Let me go ahead and eat those real quick. Heather's setting up for it again. Can she get a 5th one in? And Heather's size, this is what we were talking about before, but because of the size, needing to jump up and use all the weight and still only a 1 count. That is unbelievable. Yeah, I guess you can be really stubborn. So 2 out of 3 falls. The Fafo slam yet again. And I was starting to think maybe there were some AI settings going on. Maybe something crazy was happening. But you see what's going on right now. Thank you for buying that ticket. Shout out to the Witcher. Iffy now taking it up. Melinda now taking it up to the top rope. Landing that in. Look, you look at the size difference. You really don't want that to happen if you're Heather. I know. Can there be a 6th with a 1 count? You look at things normally and it's 2, 3 at the most finishers and you're done. 5 finishers with a 1 count. 2. Finally. Heather, look. And the look on Heather's face is like, what is going on? What is even happening? Welcome to the show, Solo. Solo always buying that ticket. And there it is. That is the link. If you want to keep following the entire storylines that are going on right now, if you want to follow the entire path, you got to get over there. You got to subscribe to the SSU as well. And Heather doing everything she can think of to do. Every single thing she could possibly think of. And she's going to set up for number 6. Is number 6 going to be the thing that finally breaks through? Can she get it? No! She can't even get in number 6. Maybe 6 would have been what broke through. And Iffy with another huge slam. And it looks like Heather's out on her feet now. Hooks the leg. This could be it. It's a 1 count, but you got to know that typically that backbreaker, that spine-busting slam, normally sets it up. And there it is. And Melinda goes on to defend the United States title belt.
Here is your winner, and still United States champion, the Phantom, Melissa J.G.
If you are sitting in the back right now, you are on the women's roster and you are sitting in the back and you watch that match right there, You have got to be crapping your own pants. If old Frankie Two Fingers was on the women's roster and I just watched that, Melinda just absolutely eat 5 finishers and just kick out in 1. Just say, whatever. I'm going to go ahead and get out in 1. Not 2. Not even going to let it go to 2. I'm kicking out in 1. I'd be like, nah. They'd come back, they'd be like, Frankie Two Fingers, you want a shot at the United States title belt? I'd be like, get out of the locker room. Stop talking to me. Like, what are we even talking about right now? Not having it. But now, again, and I made this statement a long, long time ago, JP on every Meltdown, because he is a part of the Outbreak brand, will have to defend it every single night Meltdown has a show. Tonight, no exception, but JP coming off a huge win last night in the pay-per-view, and now going up against GC Rock, best 2 out of 3 falls count match. Can he continue to defend that title belt as he approaches history? GC Rock walking out like he got a couple hamburgers in his hand right there. And maybe that match that he had with the Lord, maybe that has kind of got him focused back in again. Maybe tonight is the night. We've already talked about it if you've been watching the shorts. GC Rock refocusing on going after that world title. First step to do that on the Meltdown brand is getting his hands on the United States title belt. In order to do that, we'll be going after JP. And look, you're talking about a guy that weighs about 304 going up against another guy that weighs 204. You're giving up about 100 pounds in this match. JP's used to that, but will that affect the outcome here tonight? And there it is right there. A world champion in the SSU. JP just recently dismantling the SSW, coming together with Oliver, bringing the SSU back together as a whole. And look, I'm not going to... We're going to speculate just a little bit. I think the current state of what's going on with the contracts between the TCW and the SSU has kind of forced the hand. JP kind of having the foresight to see it, trying to step up as the leader of that company. Obviously has the belt, but trying to step up and lead that company into whatever future it is going to have, I believe is the reason he makes that move. I don't think if the stuff going on with TCW and the SSU right now wasn't happening, I don't think that move gets made. I don't think he brings those brands back together. But that's exactly what he has done. Look at that. Just look at the ring apron of any of these arenas. Look at the announce tables. Look at the next level stuff. So United States title belt on the line. Can GC Rock... Look, JP doesn't even care. He's like, I don't care who's on the other side of this. I'm just handling my business. Doesn't even care. He's like, I'm just going to do whatever. And even choosing tonight to come out, no backup from the SSU. GC Rock coming out, no backup from the TCW. Hey, JP knows one thing. Winning is winning. And if you're the champion and you've got a champion's advantage, you got to take it. You look at some of the other wrestlers in TCW, you know, they probably don't go down that route. You can look at like a Drew Hawthorne, Matt Storm, right? Not going to go down that route. You look at a JP, though, you look at Totes, you look at any one of the horsemen like Rowdy, Eagle Star, Bama Boys, like you look at them, they're take that count out, no problem. They'll take that win, no problem. They'll use that champion's advantage to their own advantage. And look, at the end of the day, you know, as the announcer, old Frankie Two Fingers, it's hard to argue with that. It's hard to argue with the logic of that. You've got that advantage. You won the title belt, which gives you the advantage. You know, I'm not a wrestler, but I'm just thinking maybe I would take that advantage too. Then again, I probably am not getting in the ring with either one of these guys. There ain't anybody on the roster I think I'd get in the ring with. You know what I mean? That's why I sit behind the announce table. But JP really used to wrestling up against guys bigger than him. And look, he has been a champion for so long. You can tell he just walks different. You know what I mean? He's just doing some different stuff. Oh, look at this. You speak of the Totes and he will appear. Totes is like, hey, I can't let SSW continue to hold on to the thing, but what is this? Boom now coming down. Oh, and it's 3-on-1. I thought Boom was coming down to help, and I was like, man, Boom has been on GC Rock's side for so long. I couldn't even believe that that's what would happen. And Toad's just taking the chair to it. GC Rock trying to get the pin in right here. 1, 2. And JP won't even kick out in a 3-on-1 situation. Wait, who is this? Oh, and you know it, the henchman, the Lord Arthur Stevenson, not having it. Boom is sitting down there waiting, and you can see, if you guys have been watching, Totes and the Lord going after it. Wait, another guy's coming down. R2K, and Totes meets him at the door. And GC Rock, who was getting dominated in this match, is now the dominant one. How the tables have turned. Can JP find a way to hold on to his title belt? Absolute pandemonium down here at the ring, but I'm telling you, they're still, it's gotta happen 2 times. And GC Rock has him up. That is the Rockopotamus. Now he hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. And GC Rock getting the first pinfall in this match. And it's crazy. It's like you knew. It's like they know you can't beat JP straight up. Totes coming down and absolutely just cheated JP out of the United States title belt.
And the new United States champions, GC Rock,
You look at GC Rock getting dominated in the steel cage by Lord Arthur Stevenson the night before, getting the shot here tonight. You knew something had to be up. You knew at some point something had to happen. And look, at the end of the day, JP, he could have took that belt back to the SSU. We don't know. We just don't know. So Totes making that move. However, by rule, JP now also has a shot at the Outbreak world title. So can the Outbreak champion defend that title from JP? You know he's going to take it, and by rule, he gets that shot. I mean, we might have jumped the gun a little. Maybe Totes making a bad call there, getting all those other people involved, getting that belt from around the waist of JP. But now that that belt is off of JP's waist, he goes to the Outbreak brand, and he gets a shot at the world title. So, man, lots of things to keep an eye on. But now, moving on, we've got Judge Julie Justice, Victoria Van Diver, getting back into the tag team division. Savannah and Kylie, will this be the new tag team of the Total World Order on the women's side? It very well could be. Look at the state of these two. Well, they're like, hey, let's not even waste any time. Never mind, let's hold up and waste a little bit.
Is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, Santana and the Crusher, Kyle E. Watson. Evolution.
Man, you go back, and it's kind of funny. Savannah not in the universe for a long time, but she made a huge impact in the universe when she was in it. Able to beat Aussie for the world title. Aussie then comes back and beats her, don't get me wrong, but still a former world champion now coming back, getting back involved in the E-Federation world and taking a different approach this time. Maybe something with a little more longevity, trying to go maybe the route.
Victoria Van Diver and the Judge Julie Justice, the Authority.
But trying to go the route in the tag team division. So we'll see what happens there. We've seen these women have a lot of success in the tag team division, one of the solid tag teams in the TCW, but also both former multi-time world champions. So they kind of split a little bit, you know, never broke up the tag team, but kind of split, went their own ways in the singles. But it looks like they're trying to get back into the world of the tag team division. So I'm just saying, like, if you're in the tag team division right now for the women, look out. Between the two of them, I think they've got 4 to 5 world title belts. You know what I mean? So a very tough tag team indeed. How will Savannah and Kylie do here tonight? What is going on, Lady Liberty? Welcome to the show. And two, you guys want to see Lady Liberty and what she's doing, go over to the SSU, check that out. Yeah, and it's hard to say, too, with Matt Storm. Is he going to go back after the United States title belt? But he's also got the briefcase for the World Championship. And you know he's just sitting back, biding his time, trying to figure out the right time to try to get that world title back around his waist as well. What's going on, Monstar? Welcome to the show. And two, you guys see Triple Beat in the chat. You guys see Monstar. Go check out their channel. Great E-Federation owners as well. Lots of fun stuff going on. Very unique style of E-Federation that they put on. So definitely a lot of fun. Go check them guys out as well. You know, and it's funny because Kylie's actually won a world title. Savannah, we talked about that, won a world title. Now, it was a long time ago, don't get me wrong, for both of them, but still. The judge, Julie Justice, and Victoria Vandiver looking like they want to get back to doing their things, but you look at the TWO and what they have been doing. Kylie really has been the one that has led their tag teams. She is tagged up with Cheyenne, who has now gone on, one of the greatest Universal World Champions we have ever seen. She tagged up with Misty Watson, another multi-time world champion, briefly tagging up with Heather D, the leader of the TWO, and now tagging up with Savannah. So yeah, just very interesting how they have been doing things. And this is the stuff, when you start looking at the judge, you might get fooled by the amount of power she has. We look at Victoria Vandiver, we get it. She's got the height. So when she puts you in her finisher, it looks like kind of like a choke slam, right? But it goes up so much higher than that. When you come down, the force generated off that just knocks the stuffing right out of you. And now you're starting to see it, man. I think we saw a little bit of ring rust in the beginning of this match with Judge Julie Justice and Victoria Vandiver. We kind of saw a little bit of ring rust, but it looks like they're starting to get it worked out a little bit now. Kylie now trying to get over, and Victoria understanding like, hey, we need to leave them over here on this side. It's funny, too, and I don't think a lot of people realize, but especially with Blaze here in the chat as well, when you look at Blaze, Blaze is set about 100 years in the future. You know what I mean? When you're looking at his E-Federation. So then you're like, why don't you guys do some collaborations? Well, mainly because we can't. We're not even in the same time period. However, something I don't think a lot of people realize, if you see your character here and you see your character on the LTD, realize what you're watching on this show technically is your family's history in wrestling. The totes that you see in the LTD, not the same totes. That's probably 2 generations from now. So, keep that in mind when you guys are playing your roles, when you're playing your parts, when you're doing your thing. Here, you're witnessing history of your character or your family's character and how they got to where they're at. 75 years. So that's at least 2, maybe even 3 generations. You know what I mean? Like, who knows what the lifespan is 75 years from now. Yeah, no, we can. I'm just saying, like, on a typical thing, if we follow both companies' stories, the Blaze you see here, this is Blaze's great-grandfather at best. Maybe great-great-grandfather. Plus, a lot of stuff happens. Who knows about lifespans? Who knows about the technology? Hard to say. Look, Savannah trying to get over there. And Victoria Vandiver just saying, whatevs. You guys do what you think you can. Got a little bit cocky there, I would say. And Kylie trying to end the match right now, trying to take that mistake. But Victoria Vandiver not having it. Not having it. And you can see right now, and this is where people might think, oh, hey, it's an oopsie daisy. It is not. You can see pretty basic tag team moves, right? Coming from Savannah and Kylie. When it's Savannah involved, right? But as their team grows together, you will start seeing more and more advanced moves come out of the double team. So definitely stuffing, oh my gosh, right in the ear. Just got ear hold, as they say in football. But somehow, and I think she's just doing it right now based on instinct, fighting back. But look, you ear hold me like that, I'm not even going to know where I'm at, like much less be fighting back. You could have pinned me right there. But Savannah just fighting on instinct right now and moving quite a bit slower. You can see Savannah, the smallest wrestler in the ring. Kylie, Victoria Vandiver, Judge. All of them about the same size. Kylie maybe a little bit of height on them, I don't know. But they're about the same size. Where Savannah, obviously, the smallest wrestler in the ring. Oh, attack in the midsection, and you might think that's an oopsies, but what you're going to see, if she puts that move on her, if she drops the finisher on her, she's attacking that midsection, and you'll see exactly why she does it. Kylie picking her up, trying to get it turned back around. Yeah, there's a couple characters like Kamiko, like Witcher, that are set up to be able to do that. You know what I mean? Like their character is set up to be able to do that. But most people, they don't have magic portals. So what is going on, Jamar Games? Welcome to the show. Oh, yeah. You can absolutely promote anything you need to, Blaze. And look, Savannah wisely right now trying to slow things down a little bit, trying to back it up a little bit. And the Judge able to get in. And look, Savannah's like, what are you doing getting in like that? But wisely sees Victoria getting up and lets the Judge up. Throws her, whips her over into... Wait, what is she doing now? It's the TWO trying to get Judge Julie Justice and Victoria Vandiver disqualified. The referee is giving a count, telling her to get out. She's trying to get out, but couldn't. And here we go. This is what I'm talking about. And look at the state of that choke slam. Look at the state of it. Yeah, absolutely. That was a ton of fun, man. If you guys don't know what Blaze is talking about, that E-Federation Summit podcast brings together, geez, I don't know. 30 to 60 different e-federations. Gets everybody talking about some different stuff, some different things. Man, I got some crazy stuff to talk about when it comes down to that. Man, I just look at, too, what I learned, like what you learn every year, but what I've learned in the past 5 months, I know I haven't been doing as many streams, but it's largely in part to what I've been doing. You can kind of see it a little bit in the ring here, but it's even deeper than that. And at some point, too, I'm going to have a podcast where, and soon, maybe even tomorrow, I don't know what the schedule's like tomorrow, but just sitting down talking about some stuff. There's some really cool things that are going to be coming that's going to help really everybody out. This is one of those matches that you just expected it to go down this way. You got a very established tag team that hasn't tagged in a while. You have a brand new tag team, so there's that ring rust. But right now, it's like the instincts are starting to take over. It's like things are starting to happen. And oh, is she getting a guilty verdict? Savannah able to get in and break that up. Maybe she kicks out. Maybe she doesn't. Who knows? But you can see right now, these two women starting to feel it a little bit more, and that is their finisher. 1, 2, 3. And Victoria Vandiver brings home the win.
Here are your winners, the Judge Julie Justice and Victoria Vandiver, the Authority.
Really? Well, I don't think it was the same one either, but welcome. Welcome to the show. Great community we have here, so enjoy. Look at this. You know, we talk about brand new tag team and a very well-established tag team that hasn't tagged in a while putting on 4.5-star matches. Like, I didn't need the game to tell me I didn't need it to say 4.5-star match, but I get it. Here we go. This is another, we talk about some guys that are leaning on the SSU side, some guys that are leaning on the TCW side. Logan Windsor, we don't really know what side he's leaning on. We do know that management has put him in a wrestling match tonight, right now, against a guy leaning towards the SSU side, a guy that's starting to reinvent himself a little bit. How is he going to, handle going up against a guy so much bigger than he is right now?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, representing the Infiltrators. From Gainesville, Georgia, weighing in at 235 pounds, Kyle Graves.
How is anybody else going to handle getting gifted 5 more free memberships? That's what you got to ask yourself. Grady, Blaze Radio, Matt Storm, Solo, and Eagle Star. So hopefully I'll be able to check it out after the stream and maybe see if we can get in those other ones, if it counts that way. I don't know. Right now we know Iffy just becoming a member of the Bark Squad in this stream, which means at we need one more, and we should unlock those spots for sure. Some pretty cool, like, little logos right there. We got some more, though. We do have a few more right after this. You know what else is crazy, Blaze? I didn't even know.
From Newport, Wales, weighing in at 275 pounds, Logan!
I thought I was slick. Like, I didn't even know you had a pay-per-view called Christmas Chaos. I've got the arena for it and everything. I just scheduling. I couldn't get it off the ground yet. Hilarious. I think I've even shown it on streams in the bonus footage, so absolutely crazy. No, I think you're right. That's what I'm saying. I think we need one more. Now that Iffy became a member, we need one more paid membership, and it should unlock the last remaining 4 spots. What's going on, Derek? Welcome to the show, brother. Look at the state of Logan. Like, I'm just saying, you get guys that walk down to the ring a certain way. Like, hats off to Kyle Graves. Frankie Two Fingers would not be getting in the ring with this guy. Not having it. I mean, you can look at my face. Maybe a little freaky. But I'm still not getting in the ring with that guy. Right down there, not doing it. No. Not having it. Now, the part about this, in this match, Kyle Graves absolutely could be a staple with his style of wrestling in the hardcore division. So, I don't think it's a mistake where management puts him in to really test that metal. Against a guy like Logan Windsor. Logan Windsor looks like the great hunter, you know what I mean? What is going on, Wally? Welcome to the show. All Wally's got to do is show up to start getting Wally chants, you know what I mean? or he starts chanting TCW, but I'm down either way, you know? And this is what I mean. Like, you look at the size of Logan Windsor. You look at the size of Kyle Graves. And Logan, when we had that shot at the junior world title. Then was in the match for when we switched that junior world title over into the Outbreak title, into a world title. Removing that junior status from it. Had a shot at Drew Hawthorne. Drew Hawthorne ends up coming out with the win, but that's still huge. You look at how long Logan has been in the TCW. To get a world title shot like that, had he won it, would have kind of put him on par with how fast Matt Storm, 2 different routes that they went, but still would have put him on par with how fast Matt Storm won a world title belt. Oh, it looked like Kyle had it under control. Like, yeah, it looked like Logan, but it looked like a Hurricane Rana was coming Logan's way. Logan able to catch that, stop it, and right into a power bomb. But look, how much more could Kyle Graves possibly take? What is happening? Grady, welcome to the show. What in the state of New Jersey was that? Logan Windsor got that body moving in ways big men just typically don't get that body moving. And now you can see Kyle starting to use that ring. And even though he is the faster wrestler, starting to slow down the pace a little bit, but use the ring to his advantage. And that's exactly what he needs to go. And look, a move like that already back in it. And now Kyle's starting to realize that maybe seeing this is the way, and that's his finisher. 1, 2, 3, and this is exactly what I'm talking about right there.
Here is your winner, Kyle Graves.
Kyle can take a crazy amount of damage. Now, how long is his career going to be doing stuff like that? That I don't know. But a crazy amount of damage. And then to come back and find a way to win it and win it in style. Absolutely. But that shows you how devastating that finishing move is. Yeah, it's a shooting star press. Yeah, he does this and he does that coming off that top rope. But how crazy is it being dominated for most of the match, hits those 3 moves, and then hits the 4th one and ends the night. And I'm guessing that because of that move, like how he ended up doing that, probably knocked the wind right out of Logan Windsor. Comes away with the win. I am doing amazing. Yeah, I bet, man. I've been pretty busy myself. Lots of stuff going on. Lots of stuff going on. Now, this is one. So I told you we would see a couple things from the pay-per-view that were supposed to happen. This is the second one that we're going to see a steel cage match. And we typically don't. But we're going to see that steel cage match here tonight on Monday Meltdown.
The following contest is a tag team steel cage match and is for the United States Tag Team Championship. And at a combined weight of 429 pounds, see Al Davis and Kid T. The Hit Squad.
Man, you start looking at what's going to happen in this match. The Hit Squad, the second oldest tag team in all. They're the oldest male tag team. There's a female tag team that has been around since episode 1. We're now on episode 240. But they have been around since season 1. Never taken on a different tag team partner in their careers. However,
and at a combined weight of 612 pounds, the United States Tag Team Champions and the Pro Wrestling Non-Stop Champions, the unpredictable Shin and the Destroyer, Dino Dog, the NWO.
you look at the state of these two guys, and there's a steel cage that's going to come down and not allow you to get out. I'm just saying, like, maybe I don't get in that steel cage match. You know what I mean? I'd be like, yeah, I'd fight these guys, maybe, if I could run. And now you're telling me there's nowhere to run and there's nowhere to hide. I just don't think I like it, you know what I mean? But far be it from Cecil and Kipty to back down from a fight. And right away, Kipty going, trying to get in on Digital. And that's what these two are going to have to do. Look, double team where they can double team. Chili right back up, though. And it's going to be his job not to allow that to happen. But Cecil and Kipty cannot be taking shots from Digital Dogs all match long and then expect to win it somehow. Just not going to be possible. Guys, remember, while we got a chance, drop the likes on the video, subscribe if you're new, turn on the bell notification so you miss anytime we go live. Share the video, probably the most important thing you can do today. If you want to buy some tickets, ticket buying is always appreciated. Digital now taking Kipty up to that second rope. What is he doing? Oh, little rump buster right there on the back of the old scunion to Kipty. Chilibot getting fired up. And what goes up has got to come down. And speaking of a lot of things coming up and coming down, Digital and Chili have been on another level defending these title belts. And right now, it doesn't seem to be any different. But this is the part. Can Cecil and Kipty, when they can they get in and make some inroads on Digital Dogs? See, Digital turning it back around and not letting it happen to Chili, you know? Gave Kipty enough time, but Kipty unable to get up and do anything now. Hooks the leg. And still only a 1 count, a little early on. Remember, it's still going to be a 2 out of 3 false count match at the end of the day. Goes again, hoping he knocked the wind out of him, I think, and Kipty's still able to kick out in one. Chili handling his business. Digital Dogs fixing to take Kipty on a one-way ride. But Kipty able to reverse that back around, not take that ride. But still unable to make hardly any offense against Digital Dogs. And look at that slam. That's a little Danos right there. A little yum yum, get you some. Oh, the little ode to Hulk Hogan, not paying off for Digital Dogs right there, trying to drop that leg. Cecil trying to get back on his feet. Chili sees him coming. And I just don't know how much more Kipty, of all people, can take from this. Digital now trying to get that first pinfall right there. And still only a 1 count. Kipty able to kick out in one, and now you can see Digital getting a little bit more frustrated. And finally, Cecil finds a way in. Trying to be a little sneaky, sneaking in that back door right there, getting in a couple shots. Chili ducking up out of the way. Look at Cecil. That is a huge slam on Digital. Then able to break it back up. Now getting after Chili, throwing him into that cage. And Kipty has really been the one taking the brunt of the punishment in this match. Oh, he didn't get out of it that time. Huge choke slam. Oh, little double pin. And Digital gets the the fall on Kempty. If they get one more, they will retain their title belts. Again, these two cage matches supposed to happen at Rage in a Cage, but due to technical difficulties, unable to finish the 3 matches, which are still having a shot at the Universal Champion. However, we will not see that match tonight. Whoa, little sneaky. Not even a 1 count though. Pulled a little sneakiness. And that's what I would do. Like, Kempty has got to start fighting against Chili. Cecil has been the one, though, that has been making any inroads against either one of the wrestlers, but Cecil having the most success against Digital, and albeit not a lot of success, but having the most success against them. Right now, the Hit Squad trying to make a comeback and tie this thing back up. Chili able to kick out in 1. Now using those ring ropes to get back up. Oh, that is a big slam right there. Oh, you didn't see it coming. At least I didn't see it coming. And it is tied up. The next fall will win the United States Tag Team title belts. Digital getting all kinds of fired up right now. Kempty getting back on his feet. Going way up top. And Kempty now becoming the difference maker for the TWO. Or for the TWO. For the Hit Squad. Oh, that is a big slam right there. Hits him with the breach. And the Hit Squad come from behind to get the win.
Here are your winners, and the new United States Tag Team Champions, Al Davis and Kid T. Watson, the Hit Squad.
You know, you talk about like winning a battle and losing a war. The Hit Squad, they come out with a huge win, absolutely getting dominated almost the entire match, and then coming from out of nowhere to win the TCW United States Tag Team title belts, getting them away from Digital and Chili, who have been absolutely dominant. However, now Digital Dogs not having a title belt, Chillivac not having a title belt. What's that going to mean? What's that going to mean for the world title picture? So you got a Matt Storm who has a briefcase, TWO. You got the leader of the TWO no longer having the title belt around his waist, kind of unshackling him and putting him in a position to maybe challenge for a world title. So, yeah, you got those belts from around their waist, but was it one of those things where the belts were kind of keeping them at bay a little bit?
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Philadelphia, weighing in at 205 pounds, Italian Stallion, Chelsea.
What is going on, Sentinel? Welcome to the show. And you notice he couldn't just pick him up. Every time he did, he threw him into the ropes and had to use that momentum to pick him up, to get that slam down. Johnny C now making his way down to the ring. The Italian Stallion going up against a man that claims 2 different countries, Japan and Canada. So the Japnadian himself getting ready to make his way down to the ring. Who is going to come out on top of this?
And his opponent, representing the Infiltrators, from Burnaby, British Columbia, Canada, weighing in at 237 pounds, the innovator, Andrew Dubb.
So it's kind of funny. You saw JP earlier tonight come down by himself. The Lord make it down. Jay Savage did not make it down. Maybe wasn't even at the arena at the time, but now that he is here, wanting to make sure that Totes and the TCW not going to cheat one of his guys out of a match again. So making his way, keeping his peepers on everything that's going on, and sitting down here now at ringside with Andrew Dubbs. Andrew Dubbs, look, long time guy in the SSW, longtime guy in the TCW. Every wrestler having to do what they have to do, you know what I mean? But Johnny C has been on a roll here as of late. Andrew Dubbs has been another wrestler who has been on a roll as of late. So management putting these two guys in the ring together, seeing which one ready to take another step. Maybe not the next step, but take another step. For Andrew Dubbs, it would probably be the next step. For Johnny C, it would be another step in the right direction. So, can Johnny get another win around his waist here tonight? And you can see the ribs of Dubbs being taped up. And that is typically because his style of wrestling, he can take some punishment too. You know, we talked about Kyle Graves able to take punishment. You saw what Logan Windsor was doing. Logan taking it to Kyle Graves, but Graves able to withstand the initial punishment and then make that comeback. Able to withstand the initial things, you know. Andrew Dubbs a lot of times fights with that same style. So definitely something you got to keep an eye on. Right when you think you got Dubbs, Dubbs will come back, do something, hit you with that Japnadian Destroyer, and end your night. So how much scouting did Johnny C do? We're about to find out. We're getting into that part of the match where we are going to find out exactly how much scouting was done, because this is the part typically where Dubbs starts making that comeback. And Johnny may be realizing that, trying to get back to his feet, not allowing Dubbs to control where he's at in the ring. Because it's the where you're at in the ring part that Dubbs will get you with. Yeah, you can see going down, doing the little choking business. Johnny, though, still able to kick out in one. But that's not what you got to... Nope, that's not what you got to worry about. The part you really got to pay attention to when Dubbs tries to get you in the corner. That's where things start going the wrong way. Johnny sees it coming. Able to slip through and get back in control of this match. Goes, hooks the leg. 1, 2. What is going on? Gigi, welcome to the show. Now, no championship belts are on the line, no champion's advantage. You could absolutely win on a countout, so but both guys now getting ready, going back and forth. This is where you're going to see where the headspace of both of these wrestlers are. And Dubs does not want to win this by a countout. Wants to get back in the ring, so he gets Johnny C back in the ring. And maybe getting, what's he doing right here? Oh, hooks it in and immediately lets him up. Now, we don't know if Johnny was going to tap or not, but what we do know is Dubs did not want to win right there by submission without putting in or putting on the Jabnadian Destroyer. Is that going to be a mistake? Is that going to be a mistake? We will find out. Splits Johnny open, though, and this goes back to that hardcore style of wrestling. Hooks the leg, and Johnny's still able to kick out in one. Yeah, I see your name. Oh, Johnny saw that coming like eyes in the back of his head and whips him back into the ropes, brings him up, hits him with that huge uppercut again. And is he going to go for the pin? No. Going to the outside. You can see blood running down his face. Tries to go for that big move. Dubs sees that coming, and here it is. We talked about it. Can he hit it, though? Can he hit him with it? The Jabnadian Destroyer. It might be all over, but they're crying. 1, 2, 3. And Andrew Dubs coming away with a big win here tonight.
Here is your winner, the innovator, Andrew Dubs.
And you can see Solo down here making sure that no crazy stuff happens. Trying to show that solidarity with some wrestlers in his universe. Yeah, Andrew Dubs, man, he has been around the E-Federation scene for quite some time. Right now, back in the SSU. But if you are in my Discord, you knew this match right here was on the card. The crazy thing is, we have heard the whispers that Kamiko Rivera is the mother of the Walker sisters. Why the different last names? We don't quite know yet, but we do know the mother of the Walker sisters. The Walker sisters, they are on the Outbreak brand, but here tonight, supporting Mom against an icon in the TCW, simply known as The Witcher.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring, representing the family from Tokyo, Japan, Katsuyori Rivera.
That is a lot of gold around the waist of her daughters, making her way down to the ring. Daughters want to see Mom in action, up close and personal, making sure the Witcher doesn't pull any type of shenanigans on and that the match is straight up. But look, will there be any supernatural stuff at play here in this match? We both know that both of these women have some powers that we don't quite understand. Will they keep that at bay? Will it be just about wrestling here tonight, or will something else happen? We'll find out today. You're dang right we're going to find out today. I'll find out right now. Now, there could be a lot more behind the story that we don't even know about. And right when we said, hey, is there going to be no super... out comes the Witcher. And we have seen the Witcher's power grow more and more and more as the weeks have gone on, since she has made her stand on where she wants to be and how she wants to do. That's no guarantee, but she is still coming down to the ring.
From the Queen City, the Witch, Tony Cox.
Coming down to the ring with the badging of the TCW. But tonight, it's not about the TCW. It's not about the SSU. It is only about these two women and who can come out on top. Will this be a match that ends a feud, or will this be a match that starts one? And look at this right away. Without seeing, we have never seen any wrestling film on Kamiko, but right away coming out with a big boot, and Witcher trying to turn it around quickly, slow things down. And you gotta wonder, will the Walker sisters play any kind of role in this match? Will they just sit back and observe, or are they gonna somehow be right in the middle? Are they going to put themselves in the middle of this match? And we have seen a completely reworked Witcher as of late, pulling off some stuff that we haven't seen her ever do, and it seems to be serving her quite well. But how will that style match up against the likes of Kamiko? We just don't know. I don't even know if these ladies know. And look, no title belts on the line. Oh, Witcher maybe trying to get a win on a count out. That's another one. No, look, breaking up the referee's count, giving Kamiko a chance to get back in the ring. So obviously doesn't want to win it, but wanted to have the advantage of being in the ring. Very smart move, but Kamiko not having it, getting things turned back around for her. And we have seen both of these women going back and forth. Both of these women it almost looked a little bit like one of the Walker sisters might have been reaching out for Mom's leg, trying to give her a little leverage. Wasn't quite there, didn't quite work. That is not their weight in this universe. Nope, they still match up the same way. Like, they still fall under the same rules of the TCW. Oh, look at this. It is almost like, if you look at that move right there, which is crazy, that is like a reverse of the Witch's Brew. It's like the Witch's Brew on the other end. Goes, hooks the leg, 2. And Kamiko able to kick out in 2, but look, here it comes. Witch's Brew. Is Kamiko going to be the one who taps? Now you see that move, it still puts that pressure right on that lower back. And that is the exact part Witcher is attacking right now. Oh, Witcher backing up. Kamiko trying to get back to her feet, gets up. And I am kind of shocked that the other Walker sisters haven't got involved yet. That doesn't mean they won't. I'm just shocked that there's been no involvement as of yet. I mean, they are called the family for a reason. Goes, hooks the leg. 1, 2. And Kamiko kicking out in 2. Look, Kamiko's taking some of Witcher's best shots. Witcher's taking quite a few shots from Kamiko. And it comes down to who can control the pacing of the match. And look at that. Witcher tried to go low. Kamiko went high. Kamiko getting the win there. Huge slam. 1. Oh. Maybe there isn't supernatural powers at play. Maybe there is, because after a slam like that, you think it would have went different. And both these ladies noticing something in the other one. Both of them a little bit shocked at how the match is going. You could see right there where Witcher kicked out. Kamiko and Witcher kind of having that moment where they're looking at each other going, what is going on? I don't think this is the match either one of them expected, but this is the match that both of them are getting. And you can see right there, oh, will Witcher do it? Oh! Oh, referee sees it and calls it off. And now Kamiko is pissed. Huge clothesline right there. But that will show you the length either one of these ladies is willing to go to win this match. Kamiko now hooks the leg. 1, 2. And both ladies getting a 2 count on each other. Wow. Wow, Kamiko coming up just a little bit short right there, and Witcher hits it again. Is she gonna tap? Not many people survive 2 Witch's Brews. One's enough, and somehow Kamiko does survive and does a tap, and what is Witcher doing? Setting it up again, but Kamiko not having it. Steps through. Is she gonna put her back in that? No, this is a different look, wrenching all that torque going on the knee of the Witcher. Witcher trying to get back to her feet. Oh, we've seen both ladies make a mistake. We saw the mistake off the top rope, and Witcher coming up a little short on that punch, able to fight through it though. And now wrenching on the back yet again. Really, I think she's trying to make sure that when she puts the Witcher's Brew on her again, that will be the end of it. If she can get it on her again, that it will be over. Kamiko, though, wisely rolling to the outside of the ring. Getting on the outside. You can tap on the outside all you want. It wouldn't end the match. And what a huge knee right there from Kamiko. And now, do either one of these ladies start thinking about a count out? Like, this has been a brutal match up to this point. And whether they're thinking about it or not, Kamiko gets her back in the ring. Witcher trying to get back to her feet, unable to do it. And here we go. This is that Oh, this is completely different. A completely different move. Is Witcher going to tap? That is 3 submission holds. What is going on? That is 3 submission holds. And neither one of the ladies tapping out on either one of the moves. Now, pretty much same type of one from Witcher, but 3 really different moves coming from Kamiko. What is this? Ankle. Can Witcher reach the ropes? Is she going to tap? Is she tapping out? She does, and Kamiko comes back to get the submission win against the Witcher. So before, maybe we don't know if this is the final match or the first match, but you can tell no way either one of these ladies were going to let it go regardless of the outcome. They've got a lot of stuff to prove to each other, and we are just going to have to see how this plays out as time goes on. But the winner in Chapter 1 is Kamiko. Man, it makes you wonder, are we going to start seeing more and more, maybe some supernatural stuff happening? Don't know. That's how it started out. Whose powers are greater? But how's it going to end? Haven't seen Sid B wrestle in a minute in a singles match. Seen her a lot in tag team matches, but Sid B going up against the TCW Universal Women's Hardcore Championship in a match designed for this title.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Women's Hardcore Championship.
2 more matches tonight. The Hardcore Women's Universal Hardcore title belt on the line. And the TCW Special Series Survival title belts being moved to Monday Meltdown. Outlaw Championships being moved to the Outbreak brand. So Susie Stevenson had to vacate the Survival title, so that title belt will be on the line here tonight. Rapincia, Anita T, Penny, Rebecca Dawn, Ashley Perez, and Sarah will be fighting for the vacated TCW Special Series Survival title belt in the main event. Yeah, I think really the ultimate winner of the last match was the fans of the TCW. Getting to see that match, absolutely phenomenal match, and a great way to start that off. Those ladies aren't going to let it go. You get matches that are that close, and really could have went either way. Not going to let it go. Even when you win that match, you're like, man, I wanted to win like a lot more distinctively. Like I wanted to be like, I won the match. But sometimes that is just the way it goes. We started talking about Diamond Santos, and I said it a long time ago, man, once she gets going, watch out. And now holding the Universal Women's Hardcore title and being put in another situation to defend the title in these are brutal matches. How is this one going to end?
Introducing the challenger from Boston, the Movable Objects, Cindy. And her opponent from Queens, New York, the Women's Hardcore Champion, Diamond Santos.
Sometimes you look at the matches, and you're like, how did management come up with any of this? But I'm going to tell you tonight, I haven't had a question on how they came up with any of these. You look at Sid B, this has got to be like the dream opponent for her. Both these wrestler styles match up very, very well, and then you put them in a match like this. And how many people could look down at Diamond Santos? Frankie Two Fingers, two wrestlers. Sid B and Crimson. Diamond Santos, though, trying to find a way to get into Sid. Sid not leaving her feet. You saw that onslaught, and look, one move, bam. Diamond Santos, you know, they said let the bodies hit the floor. That'd be let the Diamond Santoses hit the floor. Again, one move, Sid B. That should show you exactly how powerful Sid B really is. Welcome back, the Beast. Welcome back to the show. But you got to start wondering, like, what can Diamond Santos do to break through to the other side? And still, at the end of the day, she is the champion, so not going to sell the champ short by any stretch of the imagination. But you start looking at it, and you look at maybe this. Whoa, that is big time. You see the fans even ducking around there as Diamond Santos goes flying over the top of him. But we have seen Diamond Santos take quite a bit of punishment and be able to come back. We've seen the same thing a little bit from Sid B, but you got to believe that when you look at the stamina of how things would work out, that Diamond Santos, while she doesn't have the size advantage, might have the stamina advantage. Is that going to play a role in this match? Now, the only way to win this match should be by submission or knockout. However, we have seen this match get glitched out plenty of times and people win by pinfall, so I don't want to get too excited about that. But to this point, we haven't seen either one of these ladies go after a pin. So is that why? Hopefully. Sid, though, managing to stay on the ring apron without going off. Diamond Santos trying to get that submission in. Sid fighting through it, though. And you can kind of see both these ladies now, like before, like we don't know how things are going down, but this has just turned into an absolute street fight. Diamond Santos, big slam there on the outside of the ring again. Oh, Sid getting up, not having it. She said, big slam this. Throws her into those steel steps. It's crazy. There are so many little details in these rings that another level. And still, Sid's still dominant in this match. Again, trying to go back and use that, but no, Diamond Santos not allowing it. Reverses it back around, drives the head of Sid into that ring. And look, it's a lot easier getting in and out of the ring when you don't have any ring ropes, you know what I mean? Oh, huge reversal DDT right there. But again, every time Diamond Santos looks like she's really starting to make those inroads, really starting starting to make those strides towards breaking Sid down. Sid not having it. And I don't think you want to be on the receiving end of either one of these ladies' offense, but I keep waiting for Sid to go flying off that ring, but Sid wisely not having it. Now, showing you exactly why it's a hardcore title belt, showing you exactly how this is a hardcore title match, but that is another big slam on the outside, and that has got to have taken its toll. And here we go. Big slam. Is she going to go into a submission hold right here? So it is pretty obvious that the match seems to be working as intended. It does appear that the only way to win this match is by submission or knockout. No pinfalls will be happening in this match. Here we go. Oh, thought she was going to put her in a submission, but no, still really trying to work. And maybe Diamond Santos isn't trying for a submission at all. We've seen her put on one submission move, but maybe she's really going for the knockout. And is that the wisest thing against a wrestler like Sid B? I don't know. I don't know if I'd be doing that, but look, far be it from me to question the champion. You know what I mean? Oh, that was a long way down, face first. Sid B trying to go for it right here. Big slam. Oh, and going for it again. Is she trying to end the match right now? Do we have a brand new Universal Women's Hardcore Champion? No. Referee not calling it. Oh, now she's like, let me turn the volume up a little bit on this megaphone. Diamond Santos getting back to her feet. Sid stopping her. And another huge slam. You can see both ladies like, yeah, there is blood starting to run down Diamond Santos' face. But you can see both ladies really, this match starting to take a toll on both their bodies. And is the fact that Sid B thought she was putting like the kibosh on the match, but she did it inside the ring. Diamond Santos has done it outside the ring. Is that going to play into it? Yeah, I don't think the easy way's in her vocabulary either. I don't think the easy way's in either one of their vocabularies. That is another huge slam. And now on the outside, it's almost like Sid is listening. But Diamond Santos able to turn it around and able to put her right back in her finisher. That is 3 times. Can Sid hold on, or is this going to be where she retains the title? And referee not calling it. Sid B not going out as of yet. But it means a lot to me. Thank you for everybody who buys their ticket. It does go a long way. And Sid bringing her back in that ring. Diamond, though, getting right back out. And look, that is a vet move right there. By getting out of the ring, able to be waiting on Sid. But able to wait on Sid and turn things back around. Oh, man. Look at that bat. But throws it down. I don't think she was ready for that. And again, throws her down right on top. Just misses the bat, but she did not miss that megaphone. And is that bat going to come into play? Is Sid going to use that bat on Diamond Santos? So far, she hasn't done it. Oh, thought she was going to get her, but Diamond able to reverse it back around. Oh, and knocks her right on top of that bat. So regardless of if she wanted to use it is exactly what she did. Now, Sid B moving a lot slower. Diamond Santos moving a lot slower. And Sid gets the football. Like, how can you not love that? There you go, touchdown! Sid gets her back in the ring, but we have seen that when they try to do this, it hasn't worked out to their advantage. Diamond getting back to her feet. Sid saying, come on back down, talk to Teddy Bear. And this time, she's like, look, I'll find a way. I'll find a way to use this ring against you. Diamond had constantly stopped her from doing it, but Sid finally getting the move in, saying, look, it might not be a big move, but I got it in anyway. Oh, that is a big kick right there. Referee saying inside the ring. Diamond posing for the pictures, posing for the magazine cover. Final two matches of the evening. Diamond getting back in the ring. We see the baseball bat. We see the football. We see the megaphone. Oh, you didn't know? You know now. Huge clothesline. And here we go. We've seen this move. Is she going to take her down again? I don't know how that doesn't end your night right there. How do you stay conscious with that? And we talked about the baseball bat. Is it going to get used? Yes, it is. Can we do it? Bob the Builder says yes, we can. And this is her finisher right on top of that baseball bat. Sid B somehow still retaining consciousness. And I think Diamond Santos is trying to end it right now. Saying she's had it once, twice, 3 times a lady. And somehow Sid B's still conscious. Like, how is that possible? I'm not even in the match, and that about knocked me out. I have a funny feeling if either one of these ladies puts the other one in a submission hold, it's over. Oh! Pulls her back, throws her out. I'm telling you, I think one submission move and it's over. It felt like one big slam and it would be over. Yeah, riddle me this. Riddle me that. And again, going for the, look, oh, landed awkward. But still, Diamond Santos still conscious somehow. And now Sid going after her with the chair. Gets up. Oh, it's telling her to get in the ring. She does. And I don't think she was ready for that. Oh, right into that. Right into the pole. Again, I think one of these ladies puts the other one in a submission. I don't know how you don't tap out or lose consciousness. Here we go. Diamond Santos trying to retain the Universal Women's Hardcore title belt. Did she do it? No. And more blood. She looks like the Hardcore champion right now. You look at her face. absolutely looking like the hardcore champion. Oh, Sid takes that chair. Says, get that chair out of here. And right back out of the ring. Throws her from downtown. And another huge slam. How are these ladies still standing? It makes no sense. You wanted to see a crazy match. You were seeing it right here. One slam after another. And look, at some point, ladies are pissed off. Sid now taking the stairs. Throwing the stairs at her. And how are either one of them walking? Sid getting the crowd fired up. Diamond back to her feet. Charles Robinson keeping an eye on the whole thing. Like he's like, he's got his peepers on it. Oh, throws her into that still ring post again and again. And it looks like she is out on her feet. How many of those rides? Oh, then there it is. Brand new women's hardcore champion.
Here is your winner, and new women's hardcore champion, the movable object, Cindy.
I don't know if you realize what just happened, but Sid B picks her up. That chair laying on the ground smashes the face right into the chair to bring home the Universal Women's Hardcore title belt. Here's another thing I don't know if most of you guys realize. We have had almost all 4 and 5 star matches, 1 3.5, and then of course the 1 2 star, but absolutely next level here tonight. These wrestlers tonight came to put on a show, and that is exactly what they have been doing. Now, the vacated TCW Special Series Women's Survival Championship can only be won in the Elimination Chamber, and that match is happening right here, and it is happening next. Now, in the TCW Special Series title belts, it doesn't show the champion, even though there's not one, but it doesn't show the champion any quarter either. It's all random. How these ladies come out, completely random. Even if they were the champion.
The following contest is an elimination chamber match. The rules of this match are as follows. 4 participants will be locked away in their respective pods. 2 superstars will start the match in the ring. The participants will be released into the match in random order. The only way to be eliminated is by pinfall or submission. The last superstar remaining following the eliminations will be declared the winner and is for the Pro Wrestling Women's Non-Stop Championship. Making her way to the ring, representing Pretty Deadly from Dudley, England, one half of the Women's United States Tag Team Champions, Pine.
So that is quite the mouthful for the ring announcer. But TCW Special Series Survival title belt on the line for the women here tonight. 6 women enter. Only one's going to be able to leave. Well, technically only one can say.
And her opponents, first representing the Outlaws from Chesapeake, Virginia, the irresistible force, Rebecca Dawn.
It is funny, you look, Sentinel and Rebecca should be on the same show. Right now, they're not, so that is going to have to be resolved one way or the other. So all we know right now, Penny comes down the ring, Rebecca comes down to the ring, whoever the next two are come down the ring. We don't know what order they're going to come out in. All we know is the last two will start this match.
And from Jersey City, New Jersey, the All-American Ashley Perez.
Ashley Perez, pretty new to the TCW, getting a shot here tonight to win a TCW Special Series title belt. Will she be able to take advantage of this shot? Gonna be hard to do. Lots of very seasoned wrestlers in this match. And two, we're going to see both halves of the Gate Crashers in this match.
Representing the Gate Crushers from the Caribbean, Smooth Operator Sarah.
So Sarah making her way down to the ring, which means Rapincia and Anita T will be the two starting off this match. Now, it has been won from position number one. So it is possible. Not easy, but it is possible. Main event of the evening getting ready to take place. We know the two that are going to start off the match. Who do you think is going to win it, though? I'll tell you, at the end of the day, it is hard to, bet against the Bloody Gumdrop. You know what I mean? It is hard to bet against Rapincia.
And representing the Gate Crushers from Russia, the Russian Gladiator, Patera.
But you got Anita T, who has won a world title belt. You got Rebecca Dawn, who has won a world title belt. Is it going to be a rookie? Is Ashley Perez going to bring the rookie energy? You know what I mean? That's a thing. Sometimes it happens. Is Sarah going to be like, hey, I'm ready for my singles run? Gate Crashers aren't ready to be back in the tag division just yet. Penny, same thing. She's in the tag division, but can she maybe bring home a singles title?
representing the Insiders from Osaka, Japan, the Destroyer, Antista T.
Well, and we just saw Anita T's partner Sid B win the Women's Universal Hardcore title belt, so maybe she's in line. Maybe she's going to win her own singles title belt here tonight. Wouldn't that be something? And then doing it from the 1 or 2 spot, like, not an easy thing to do. But they call her the Destroyer for a reason. So here we go, 6 ladies set to go after the TCW Special Series Survival title belt. There you see it, that title belt on the line right now in this match, vacated by Susie Stevenson of the Outbreak brand. The Survival titles will be fought for on the Meltdown brand. The Outlaw titles will be fought for or on the Meltdown brand. The Outbreak titles, or Outbreak will have the Outlaw titles. Boy, how's that for you? I didn't think that one all the way through, I don't think. But here we go. The Crazy Russian facing off in the ring right now against the Destroyer. Which one of these 2 ladies is going to come out on top? Will they survive to the next person that gets released? We're about to find out. Main event. Okay, I'm going to guess Rebecca will be the one being released. I am a perfect 0 for 1 on guesses. Penny now making her way into the ring and just turned this match into a triple threat elimination match. And it's kind of funny. Penny gets in there and then gets in the middle of Rapincha and Anita. They knock her down and then get back to going right back after each other. Huge slam right there, but look, at the end of the day, you look at the height of Rapincha, that power bomb not as powerful as if Sarah did it. If Sarah did that power bomb, she's got the height. Even though Rapincha, more of the power wrestler, Sarah, more of that wrestler that'll come off the things, but still, when you generate that height, it generates a lot of force. Let's go Ashley Perez. Perfect. 0 for 2. I'm crushing it. Rebecca and Rapincha getting after it. Anita and Penny staying inside the ring. And when you look at just outside the ring, you see that steel barrier. That barrier doesn't give it all. The best spot right now, like, that's worse than being just outside the ring. Like, there is no give to that steel just outside the ring. You can see, like, in the ring ropes moving. What is Rebecca doing? Climbing up and coming off and hits it right on, and that's got to hurt both wrestlers. I'm guessing Ashley Perez. I learned from my mistake. I guessed Rebecca, and then I changed it. I'm guessing Ashley. I guessed it last time, and then I've been 1 behind. Nailed it. Look at Rebecca up on top and flying off and onto Rebecca. How do you survive that? How does Rebecca survive that? Much less Rapincha. I'm going to be 2 for 4 when this is over. 2 for 4, that's 500 batting average. That'll get you into the All-Star game. You know what I mean? Anita going for the pin against Penny. 2. And Penny able to kick out in 2. Oh, Rapincha is starting to use those those glass cages against Rebecca. Now I'm just going to go out on a limb and say Sarah will be the next one in the match. Nailed it. So now all 6 ladies in, not one elimination has happened as of yet. Sarah and Penny are matched up. Anita T and Repentia match. Oh, look at this. Ring rope fiasco going on, and then Ashley and Rebecca on the outside. And look, we talked about that rookie energy, and Ashley trying to put that to use right now, going up on top. Don't know if she hit it, but it feels like she might have landed that, climbing up the cage. Repentia, a little double team action going on against her tag partner. But look, they know there can be only one. This is the Highlander. There can be only one. Yeah, maybe it's not. Maybe it's off the top of the cage. You know what I mean? And only a 2 count there. The Destroyer going after Sarah. Penny going there. Ashley bringing Rebecca back in the ring. Repentia trying to recover. Rebecca finally recovering and now getting back after. And there it is. That is her finisher. 1, 2. Oh, Sarah and Repentia going after it. Sarah getting the better end of that one. Repentia getting the better end the first time. Sarah getting the better end the second time. But Penny breaks up the tag team reunion fight right there. Oh, watch out. It is the Penny Dropper. Hits it on Sarah, now rolls the leg. 1, 2, 3.
Has been eliminated.
And you do not survive the Penny Dropper. Now it is down to a 5-woman contest. Which one of these 5 women can pull out the title belt? 1, 2. And I'm telling you, Ashley Perez doing very well against the ladies in the ring right now. Now, that rookie energy can backfire on you as well. Like, she could be getting and starting to roll and do this and do that and do all the stuff, right? Then the next thing you know, things go a different direction and you make a mistake. That's where being a veteran in this case might be the thing to be. You know what I mean? Rebecca getting involved right here. A little helicopter. Penny on the outside the ring. Repentia picking up. And is she going to go for it? It looks like she is. Is this the bloody gumdrop? And it is. Ashley rolls up the leg of Anita. Kicks out, and that is just a great time. Bad time for Repentia, but a great time for Rebecca to get hit with the bloody gumdrop. That might have been over, but because the 3 count was going on somewhere else, Repentia tried to go for something else, and Penny ends up basically saving her. Uh-oh. Here it is. Penny Dropper on Rebecca Dawn. Did that just end her night? 1, 2, 3. And Ashley Perez off the top again. That is the 3rd time Repentia's been hit with something. Look, Ashley Perez like, I'm going to do it again. And Penny Dropper on Anita T. You get a Penny Dropper. You get a penny dropper. Everybody gets a penny dropper, but the Destroyer finds a way to kick out in 2. Double team right there on her. Those two come together and realize this. From spot 1 and 2, Repentia and Anita T still in this match. Repentia sees Penny going after her, throws her into that. Anita's like, what is going on? I'm trying to help out here. And look at this. Ashley Perez wisely going after Penny. Somebody's got to get Penny out. You would think if you could keep 1 and 2 in, if you're Penny or Ashley Perez, but especially Ashley Perez, if you can find a way to get Penny out with the 1 and 2 wrestlers still in there, they have got to be the most tired, right? If you could find a way to get them out, that would give you the best shot to win. Penny is the one right now on a roll, though. Penny has put out Sarah and put out Rebecca. Repentia takes Penny over to the ropes and it's like, hey, I saw what your finishing move did, so let me just help you out a little bit. Repentia now trying to get the better of Penny. Ashley trying to get the pinfall on Anita T. Repentia getting Penny down in the corner. Tried to go after Ashley, but Ashley kind of caught her riding dirty. Sees her, drops her down. Will Anita T be able to take advantage of it? Maybe. But Penny looked like she was getting ready to put the penny dropper on her. And Anita T able to get out of it. Oh, it is the Destroyer. Is that going to be the end of Penny's night? 1, 2. And Ashley gets the pin on Repentia. But that could have easily been the end of Penny's night right there. And then there were 3. Anita T trying to get back, trying to stay in control. And Ashley doing her best to stay in this thing. And this is the one I would want out the fastest. 2, 3. Ashley eliminates Penny, and then it comes down to Anita T and Ashley Perez. One of these two will be the brand new TCW Special Series Women's Survival Champion. 2. Is it going to be the rookie, or is it going to be the former Women's World Champion? And how is the Destroyer even holding on? Like, you just think back at what we've seen in this match so far. How is Anita T still in this match? How is she kicked out? How has she gotten this far? Absolute sheer will and determination has got her to this point. Anita T slowing things down right now. And will that set it up will it set up the move she calls the Destroyer? I mean, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, but look, she is absolutely slowed things back down, taken back over control of this match. And will she try to end it? I don't know. Ashley trying to turn it around herself. But Anita fighting, knowing that it could be the last thing that happens. And she's setting up for it. Could she be looking to put the belt back around her waist? Gets Ashley up. If she can step over, she does. That could be it. 1, 2, 3. And Anita T comes away the brand new vacated Survival Champion.
Here is your winner, and new Pro Wrestling Women's Non-Stop Champion, the Destroyer, Antista T.
You look at what it took, Anita T winning from the number one position, absolute last lady, to come out from behind the curtain. Comes down here. Penny gets on a roll, starts doing all this stuff. Ashley then gets on a roll, and Anita T hangs around just long enough to finally put that destroyer move on. And you can almost give her credit even for Penny's pin, because she put the destroyer on Penny, but because Ashley Perez was pinning somebody else, gave Penny enough time to kind of recover, or at least enough to kick out. And then Ashley Perez puts a big slam on Penny, gets Penny out. Anita still goes back and forth. It was going back and forth for quite a bit. And Anita T finds a way to come out with the victory. Absolutely nuts. But guys, that is going to do it for us here tonight. What I want to do real quick, let's just look over. Anita T, hats off, brand new TCW Special Series Women's Survival Champion. Sid B winning the TCW Universal Women's Hardcore title tonight. Diamond Santos suffered a minor injury, obviously, in that match. Like, who wouldn't? Sid B suffered a minor injury. The difference is Sid B won that match and will still have to compete with that title belt on the line, even though she is injured. Diamond Santos could take a little time off, heal up, and do whatever. Kempty and Cecil winning the TCW United States title belt here tonight, and GC Rock in an absolute screw job against JP ends up coming up and winning the TCW United States Championship. But that automatically releases JP back to the Outbreak program where he really belongs. The last wrestler to make it over. So now everybody is where they're at. And in a dangerous move, that does give JP a shot at the Outbreak World Championship. So what is going to happen? Absolutely don't know. But guys, from everybody here at the Totes My Goats Wrestling Network, to all of you guys out there, remember, when you're out in the community, choose to be the leader. Choose to step up and show people how it should be done. And do not let others' actions be the reason or affect your actions, your state of mind, your mood. It doesn't have to. When you take that power back and then realize, oh, this guy was mean to me, I could choose to be nice if I wanted to. You could choose to be mean. You can choose it either way. But you are the one at the end of the day that makes that choice. The excuse isn't, oh, they did it first. It's not. Be the leaders in your community, guys. You guys are amazing as it is. But from everybody here at the Totes My Goats Wrestling Network, to all of you out there, stay safe out there. Appreciate every single one of you. And we will catch all of you in the next one. Peace.